Good morning. It's 8:47. Took our shuttle a little longer to get up here today, drop us off. But as you can see, there's snow on the ground. I don't know if you can see the snow coming down, but it's flurrying and we're on trail. It's gonna be 21 and a half miles to get to where I'm staying at the other, it's north end of Damascus. So, got my gloves on, 2 layers of gloves. They don't work too good with the phone, with the fingertip stuff, which is a pain. But we'll try to get you some stuff, although not a lot to see out here this morning. And the wind is blowing, so it's gonna be a rough day. But, feel good. The whole crew is behind me. They'll be catching up at some point, I'm sure. Although the only one that caught me yesterday was Abe, or Rifle, because he moves really fast. But we'll see how today goes. Check in later. Ooh, wind's blowing. Just getting started and come across this, which is a pretty regularly photographed spot on the AT. I don't know what the name of this barn is called, but a lot of people go get their picture taken there. I'll try and do a little selfie, show everybody. But yeah, a little barn marked with the AT. Well, this is pretty cool. The wind's blowing, but it's not that bad. Get into the tree line soon, but snow's coming down. A nice trail to walk on. And yeah, 2 days ago it was 85 degrees. I was sweating my butt off. Life on the AT, baby. I guess just in case you want to sit down and enjoy the woods. Little bench there. But don't need that. I'm like a mile and a half in and feeling good. Winds haven't kicked up yet, but they're supposed to have gusts of 40 miles an hour today. So we'll see how that goes. But so far so good. Good morning again. I'm 9 miles in, or 3 miles in. It's 9:42. There's Double Spring Shelter, all empty. Heading up this way, making good time. So far so good. And the weather is cooperating pretty nicely this morning. See what happens this afternoon, but no winds, no big winds yet. And it's not snowing real hard. Just little flurries makes it really pretty out here, really nice. So fingers crossed, so far so good. 3 miles to go, or 3 miles in, and what's that, 18 to go. Oh boy. Hello again. I almost forgot about Would You Rather today. It's getting windy, so we can do this quick. We'll do a short one. So, if you had to only eat one kind of cuisine for the rest of your life, would you rather have Italian food or Chinese food? Think about that, and we'll check in a little later. See ya. How's that for a pretty trail? No rocks, a little green, a little snow, really cool. So far so good, just under 6 miles in, feeling good, and the weather is still cooperating. Little flakes falling, but nothing bad, and the wind hasn't gotten too bad either. So far so good, let's go. All right, snow is starting to pick up a little. See if I stop to see better. Yeah, it's starting to pick up a little bit. A little more ground cover. But still pretty good. See if how long this keeps up. Forecast said anywhere from 1 to 3 inches today. That'd be interesting. Like 14 miles from Damascus, and far. Feel good, and it's a pretty easy part of the trail, so that's helpful. All right, the snow definitely picked up. That might be the smallest shelter I've ever seen. I think that's McQueen's Knob Shelter. The thing looks like it holds like 4 people at best. 9.77 miles in. Still got a ways to go. As you can see, we got a little more snow. Wind did kick up. It's pretty chilly, but still feeling pretty good. So I'm gonna keep getting after it here. Got nothing else, no other option since we gotta get down there. But we're gonna do it. It's all fine. Hey gang, just about 13 miles in. The snow is let up, but it is chilly. The wind is down, so it's not too bad. I think I'm largely downhill into Damascus now. Just thought I'd tell you about a new podcast, not new, well, new to me, that I just listened to yesterday and a couple today. Stuff you should know. I think it's a couple of guys from Canada, but it sounded like they've been doing this. They said on this episode, or the first episode I listened to this morning, they've been doing this for 16 years. So I don't think podcasts have been around for 16 years. So I have to find out a little bit more about them. But listened to a couple yesterday that were pretty interesting. And just listened to a 2-parter today about the history of the comic strip Peanuts, which was a go-to for me when I was a kid. I loved that comic strip. Pretty interesting backstory, pretty interesting story for Charles Schulz, and just they kind of went through the whole thing. I really enjoyed it. If you're a fan of the comics, that might be one that's worth listening to just to get some of the history. And I'm gonna have to think up a would you rather around comic strips. There's a couple in mind that I'm noodling on, so think about that a little bit, and one of those will pop up in the next day or two maybe. But yeah, we're moving and grooving here in the snowy downhill run to Damascus, Virginia. Talk to you soon. Almost 15 miles in, and I can see out in the valley there, green grass, no snow, and looks like there's even pockets of sun shining on the other side of those mountains out there. But here, we got this. But it's all good. All good. Rocking out to some tunes. Just jammed to a little Van Halen. And ready to get to Damascus. First up though, Tennessee-Virginia line shortly. If there's a sign, you'll see it. Unbelievable. The sun is peeking through. It's right up there. It's peeking in and out, but it is peeking, and I'm almost at the border. It's a little sign, good omen. Hopefully it'll be out when I get to the border, and there'll be a nice little sign there. You can see the sun shining now. Green rhododendron, bright white snow, sunshine. Oh, went right behind a cloud. Crazy. All right, let's get to this border. Oh yeah, here we go. Look at this. Goodbye, Tennessee. You had some fine sights to see, but I'm not gonna miss you too much. Off we go to Damascus, which is 3.5 miles. Let's frickin' go. Oh baby. Really in a home stretch now. It's about less than a mile, I think, to the edge of town. It's to the edge of town. Definitely less than a half a mile. And then I gotta walk through town and find the Dancing Bear hostel, bed and breakfast, or inn, or whatever they call it. But yeah, my legs are tired. I've been moving, and feels good, but definitely going to be getting a long rest today once I get there. let's do Would You Rather, and then I'll show you a little bit of Damascus as I walk through it. But would you rather, if you could only have one cuisine for the rest of your life, Italian food or Chinese food? Now, I think I'm going with American version of either of these, since I live here. This is what you're going to get. You're not going to get super authentic, but went back and forth. I like them both, but I think I would go with Chinese food, actually. I think there's just a little bit more variety, mix things up. Love me a good egg roll, some barbecue spare ribs. They're probably not authentic. You probably can't get those in China. I don't remember the times I've been there, what we tried to order. But yeah, I think I really can't tell the difference too much besides the texture of all the different kinds of pasta, right? All the different kind of noodles are all pretty much the same to me, but I'm sure that's sacrilege to anybody that's authentic Italian and really likes to cook Italian food. But that's what I'm going with. Chinese food. Let's see if I can find a Chinese food place in Damascus and get some dinner. See ya. Coming into town, you walk right between a couple houses. There's a sign for the trail right there. And now you follow these into town. Oh, actually hurts to walk on the street. Well, a little rough on the feet, but there's a sign up here somewhere. I'll show you in a sec when we get there. All right, now it's official. Welcome to Damascus, Virginia. Let's go. Ooh, not gonna lie, a little more than a week ago, I wasn't sure I was gonna make this, but a couple of well-placed 0 days and a little Easter magic with Dad and his crew. Back at it, feeling good. So let's go find this shelter or hostel. Here we go, coming into beautiful Damascus. There you go. Welcome to Damascus, Trail Town, USA. I'm sure all the people who are watching this regularly know this is where Trail Days happens every year. A big giant festival of trail madness. People come and hang out for a few days, and it's a gigantic party in town. I'm probably not coming back for that because I'll be so far up ahead when it happens. Hopefully, I'll be up in Massachusetts or Vermont, so we'll see. But Appalachian Heritage Distillery, that sounds like it might be taking some of my money for dinner tonight or tomorrow night. We will see. But yeah, this is it. And now I just gotta find Dancing Bear and we're good to go. Here it is, Dancing Bear Inn. It is 3:26, 21 and a half miles. And wow, good deal. I will maybe show you guys some of this tomorrow, but right now I am going to rest. See ya.